The city is incredibly large. We're finding out that over 40,000 people here in New York City alone are sleeping in shelters or outside every night. Lines of people waiting to get food, homeless in corners, in cold nights. The needs are gigantic. The mission of Here's Life Inner City is to serve and mobilize the church to live out God's heart for the poor so that all can grow in Christ and to build spiritual movements throughout the city. I'm Clint Owens, the director of Here's Life Inner City here in New York. In these tough economic times, we're seeing families entering shelters. It has been extremely hard for New Yorkers. Well, Here's Life Inner City, we work with over 100 churches here in the city, reaching a variety of different kind of people. One of the ways that we serve the local church is by providing them things like boxes of love for Thanksgiving, and in the winter, homeless care kits. And we'll give those to the church so they can give them out to those in need.
But we do pray for all the people that are going to be receiving these kits, and the people right now that are waking up to snow. And
it's through our partnerships and through volunteers that allow Here's Life Inner City to really see our city transformed. Hey, I think I met your better half. You guys came from Jersey?
We did, yes. Yes, how are you? Good morning.
Good morning.
Say
Wow.
hi.
Hi, I'm Nancy.
Hey, Nancy. What's your name?
This is my son.
Sammy? Hey, Sammy. We have churches here in Queens, Brooklyn, the Bronx, Manhattan, Staten Island, all serving their communities, and we get to partner with them. Thanks for coming out. Incredibly cold, very brave that you went through the elements to get here. So this is what the the homeless person will get. Inside is a thermal hat, gloves, scarf, socks, toiletries, a Good News book, water, snacks, and the card that you're making.
My name is Jimmy Badillo. I'm truly grateful for Here's Life in the City because, I started off as a recipient of all the programs they have to offer. And I'm really, truly grateful that I'm in a position right now that I'm able to give back and serve others in need as I was served. My testimony is crazy, but I wouldn't trade a bit of it because it made me who I am. My struggle starts way before I was even born. Growing up the way that I did, being teased by my brothers and sisters, how I wasn't wanted as a child, how they try to forcefully abort the baby, and growing up like that really hurt. Sometimes it still hurts. And I think that took me to a lot of struggles and a lot of hardship in my own life that I had to overcome alone, So I feel I wasn't getting nothing from the house, whether they loved me or not. So I ended up getting it from the streets. I didn't get no hope. I got the hope from the streets. I didn't get no love. I got the love from the streets. Wasn't a good place to be. Taught me a lot of bad things, but it gave me what I wanted, what I thought I wanted, which was love and hope. I get choked up every time because that was me years ago, not knowing where I was going to end up, whether I was going to go back to prison or whether I was going to be a mural on somebody's wall saying, "Here lies Jimmy, rest in peace." Beloved what? I wasn't anything. Beloved what? Gangster? Beloved thug? No, man, here lies Jimmy, but I don't want to see that. I want to be able to keep spreading the love of Christ and what he's done in my life. I want to be able to, give back to people that don't have any hope left. Dealing with my life in the streets led me to incarceration, where I was facing 15 to 30 years in prison for trafficking drugs. As part of my stipulations mandated by parole, I had to obtain counseling and go to a treatment program. And I was fortunate to meet individuals that had a passion for helping people like me. People ask me, why did I become a counselor? And it was just something that was in my heart to do. I wanted to help people avoid what I've went through in my life. Or if they're already in that mix, help them understand there is a way out because I made it out.
First time I met Jimmy was in 2005 upon release from his incarceration. He came in November and we gave him a box of love, and from that moment on there was a change in his life. He was impacted greatly by that gesture of love. Honestly, I came here because I was hoping they were cooking upstairs because I was hungry. And my son was with me and we was in a shelter and there's no really cooking there, but a refrigerator about 3 feet high that could fit a pack of hot dogs. And when they gave out the boxes after service and they gave me one, at first I felt, okay, what's this? I didn't pay really much mind until I got to the shelter. And when I opened it up, me and my son just looked like, oh my God, there's food in there. And with a little microwave, we chopped up the ham that was in there.
We did the stuffings and we did everything that it came with. And we was eating. I mean, we had a meal. I mean, actually, I couldn't really barely eat because I was so excited watching my son eat. And it was like, I mean, I was choked up crying, actually, because I'm like, who are they? Or who am I for them to give this to me? You know, and it was like, it was an amazement. And I mean, just to be able to receive that, you know, was a blessing for me and a blessing for my son. Because for that moment, I didn't have to go stealing. I didn't have to go rob nobody. I didn't even have to beg. You know, it was given to me with a lot of love. It changed my life tremendously because it gave me hope again that people really do care. I mean, here I am going through all my hard times and struggles, feeling like I'm alone, and actually I wasn't alone to begin with. I went from a recipient of receiving the joy and the love that Here's Life Inner City had to offer with the Box of Love to now being a coordinator for the church and Here's Life Inner City to distribute that same box of love. And it's so cool because I get to see firsthand the joy that I received to others. You know, I want to be able to help you and your brother out, okay? And remember, our church is right around the corner. Come over here, brother. I want to pray with you guys, okay? Open up their hearts, fill them with all your love, your joy, your righteousness. I just love what I do. I love the church that I go to. I love the affiliation that Here's Life Inner City has with the church. Easter packing parties for the children, to homeless care kits for the homeless and the shelters. And I'm able to give back the joy and the love that I experienced firsthand and the love that I received. And it done a whole lot for me and my family because it's through that same love that got me where I'm at today. And I'm able to administer the love of Christ in my life and loving them with a heart like Jesus, which is the love that I got.
Matthew 5:14 describes a city on a hill not being hidden. And to us, we really see the local church as that city on a hill, beacons of hope, kind of radiating light of hope to all those in their community. Communities are transformed, and that's why we serve the local church. That's why we give resources to the local church, because we want to invest in them so that they can reach out with the love of Christ to those in their community.